know God's voice when you hear it? I mean, do you really know God's voice when you hear it? And if you do know God's voice when you hear it, do you know what he's trying to say to you? Can you get the message that he's trying to give you when he's talking to you? I've had a crazy past. It's been a week now, maybe. So let's start from last Saturday. Last Saturday, me and my wife went on the road. She went on the road to make maybe 7 stops with me. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, we were done with those 7 stops. We were on our way back to the terminal up here where I work at. And, I'm driving a semi, and I just happened to be behind 2 other semis. And one of them was a FedEx. I think the other one might have been an independent contractor. Both had sleeper cabs. And maybe they were 100 yards. Maybe they were 100 yards in front of me. I like to keep a safe distance when I'm traveling. My truck is only governed at 67 miles an hour anyway, so I can't really go too much faster than that. And I just like to keep the distance. So that's 100 yards is plenty in certain situations, which this was 2 o'clock in the morning, not a lot of traffic, but whatever. So I'm driving, and we're talking, can't wait to get back home. And you know how you could be looking at a situation, not realizing what's about to unfold in front of your eyes, and then all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, bam, it just hits. Well, that's what happened. So we're both riding, and all of a sudden, these 2 semis, that split second, I don't know what it was in that split second that actually caused it, but we were looking the whole time. Looking back at it, I think he may have brake checked him for riding him when all he had to do was go around him. And that created a whole disaster. So much so that both trailers, tractor and trailer, were long ways across the highway shut down for the next 2.5 to 3 hours. Okay, so first thing I do when I see it happen, because there's literally nobody, before this happened, there's literally nobody between me and my truck and their trucks. No cars, no other semis, just what was in front of us. So I immediately, from watching, a bunch of videos on the internet, I immediately get over to the right side and get so far over that I'm halfway into the grass, because I know I've seen what happened, but the people coming up behind me have not quite seen it yet. So I hit my hazards, I get over, and I get over far enough just in case a pileup starts to happen. Thank God a pileup didn't happen. So when I realized things were safe, I got out of my truck, locked my doors, told my wife, don't unlock these doors until I get back. My instinct was to, I don't know exactly what I was walking up on, but my instinct was to go help somebody. I would want somebody to help me in a situation like that. So I walk over there, disaster. Talking about destruction, disaster, a catastrophe is can't describe what I walked up on. So like I said, one of the trucks was a FedEx truck. It had the whole trailer busted open, packages all on the side of in the grass, on the highway, everywhere. I don't know why I went straight to the FedEx truck, because there was another truck, obviously, and somebody could have been injured in there, but for whatever reason, I was drawn to the FedEx truck. Speed up, the guy in the other truck was okay. He came out walking and helping the situation, needless to say. I walk around, I smell fuel, So I'm cautious now. I'm the first person, not the exact first person on the scene, but there were two other guys there. I couldn't understand, what they were speaking. And I asked them if they were okay. I didn't know if they were in the accident or not at that time. Come to find out it wasn't them. And, they weren't too much help. And they were I think they were, the world's so desensitized. I think that they were upset now at this point because, who knows, their load was going to be late. Everything, they're tired, which I understand, or whatever the case is, but there could be a person that just lost their life in this truck sitting right in front of them, and they didn't seem to care too much. So I walked away from them, and that's when I said I smelt the fuel. So now I'm cautious, because on those trucks, you could have a 100-gallon tank, 150-gallon tank on both sides. So, you have to be cautious. I don't know if there's wires sparking or whatever the case is. So I checked everything out. Another guy walks over, and in that moment, he, in that moment, I kind of realized that, okay, through all the smoke and this and that, there's fuel obviously spilling somewhere, but it wasn't, it was just spilling. There was no flames, and not saying that it couldn't happen, but I felt some kind of peace. So I thought the guy inside was dead at that time, but when the guy went to tugging on the door, we started hearing moaning. So we got the door open. The door was jammed. We finally got the door open, and the guy he had to have been unconscious and knocked out, and he started to come through. So when he started to come through, he started to panic because he was literally covered in blood, and he looked like, and I'm going to continue to describe it like this because I used to see my dad, gut a deer, and it looked like he stood underneath it and took a bath in it. So he started to panic when he seen his condition after he woke up. That's the last thing you want to do is when you're losing blood like that, is to panic. So he actually listened to me and he calmed down. My instinct and things that I've heard in the past, they say don't move the victim. The other guy that was actually in the accident, he came over and he assisted, and me and the other guy were also there assisting. He was stuck behind the wheel. The wheel had kind of smashed in on him. He couldn't get out. The seatbelt was stuck around him. I happened to have a knife. So once he was cut free, we slowly got him out, and he could barely stand up, and we got him down, and he started to panic again. And I just sat there with him for a second, told him to sit down, and shortly after that, the paramedics came. I just kept him calm because he was like I said, he was going in and out of panic, and I think if I wasn't there, he might have. I don't know if anybody would have kept him calm like that. So he listened to my voice, he calmed down, and just he relaxed. I know that was a hard thing to do because it was a real scary sight. So after that, like I said, it was about 2.5, 3 hours before we made it home. And I said all of this to say that one of my lessons that day was continue to pay attention, because I was paying attention. I was wide awake, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was still wide awake. I have my wife with me, so my senses are extra heightened because not only am I worried about my safety, but her safety is at the top of the list with mine as well. So God told me that day, He showed me that day that I need to continue to pay attention, that he still loves me, he's still watching, he still cares, and I'm still protected. So let's move forward to the following Monday night when I went in, which turned into Tuesday morning. Around the same time, right? I was making my last stop, and it was probably, like I said, about 2 o'clock in the morning, somewhere around there. And I'm moving. I'm like, I'm setting this record time like I always do. I just want to get home and get back to the family and relax and just, keep everything moving as normal. Well, when I'm going down this street, I'm about to pull into my last stop. On the right side of me, I see a police officer, sitting, doing his job, waiting for somebody to do something wrong, right? He's at the edge of an establishment in their parking lot, waiting for somebody to, speed or whatever the case is. So I pass him. I don't think anything of it. And at the time, everything comes back to me. There's this car that's on the left side of my trailer. I'm in a 53-foot trailer, and he's back there all the way by my back tandem tires, all the way to the back. And now that I think about it, he rode back there just long enough to get past the police officer, and then got right behind me. He got so close behind me because he was trying to hide his headlights. He was trying to hide behind me. So when I pulled into my last stop, he pulled in right behind me. That was mistake number one. You don't pull into this parking lot. I'm about to do a job. You don't pull into this parking lot behind me. I already know, I'm not I'm not a green guy. So he pulls in behind me, and I don't set my air brakes. When you set your air brakes on a semi, you can hear it. Everybody knows about semis, you know what I'm talking about. So I don't set my brakes, but I always hit my hazards, and I always leave my lights on when I'm unloading, especially at this time in the morning, because I want to make a scene. I don't want to be an easy target, too easy. So I do all of that, but I don't take my foot off my service brake, my foot brake. I don't take my foot off of that. And I just sit there and I wait, because he's sitting back there now and he won't come up. So I realize he's waiting for me to do something. So I just sit there. I'm not going to do anything. So then he finally starts slowly creeping up on my right side, and I'm looking at him in my mirror. That passenger door is locked. It always stays locked. And when I get out to unload, I lock my driver's side door as well. So he pulls up, and he pulls in front of me. And mind you, this is basically a dead end. When I pull in this 53-foot trailer, there's only one way for me to go when I leave out of there, and that's to the right. I can't go to the left, and I'm butted up against a retirement home. So I'm butted up against this retirement home, and if you go left, it's kind of like a little roundabout parking area or whatever the case. I don't know if it goes all the way around the building or what, but my truck can't go that way. Excuse me. So he pulls to the left, going that direction, and literally my truck is just pointed straight ahead. So when I leave, I'm just going to go to the right. So he goes up there and he turns around, and he's acting like he's looking in all these different directions, like he's lost or he's looking for somebody, when really he's just trying to buy some time to make it seem as if it's safe for me to get out. No. Like I said, this ain't my first rodeo. So he does that about about 3 more times at this time. And one time he attempted to actually pull his car, just like the police would do if they were pursuing somebody and they screeched the tires and pull right in front of you. He attempted to do that. Little did he know, he didn't realize who he was. Well, God must have told him something too, like, you better back up because he gonna run you over. In this whole semi, I'm gonna put you in the grass, I will put you through the wall of that building over there. So he thought about that and he bagged up. And when he bagged up, he put the car in park and he got out. So what do? Well, if anybody knows anything about me, I keep something of me all the time. And that's not to seem like a tough guy or none of that. It's just a fact. Because of situations like this, I stay prepared for anything. Whatever level of a threat there's out there, I'm gonna stay ready for it. So this day, I'm obviously on the job. I don't have my firearm, I'm gonna be honest. But I had a few other things. So the first thing I grab is my blade, my knife. And when he gets out, just like somebody, like we do in the hood, like we used to do in the hood, you get out, you pulling your pants up real quick, and he flashed that when he pulled his pants up and he pulled his shirt up and stuff, he didn't have nothing in his waistband. He didn't have any print in his pocket, either pocket, nothing in the back. And I seen all this in that split second from the time he got out to the time he was, doing his little swag real quick, like he was about to walk up on me. And he didn't have anything in his hand. But he looked like he had been in the pen, and he had a little size to him, but he looked like he had got out and got hooked back on that stuff, so he was losing all of it. But at the end of the day, I'm not about to tussle with you. I'm not doing no tussling. So he walks over to where I'm on my driver's side door. Now I'm in a semi, so I'm up a little high. So he stands about 3 feet. He stands about 3 feet from my door. Now, mind you, I already have my window all the way down because I want to hear this one, right? But I also have my blade in my right hand, sitting right here on my left leg, closest to the window. And I've already talked to God and made peace in my mind. I don't want to do this, but I'm going home. I say, okay. I play it off when he gets to the window, because he stands there and he really doesn't say anything at first. He's just staring at me like he's trying to assess me and trying to figure me out. So I just immediately started the conversation. I said, was I in your way? I said, I can move up. Mind you, I know I'm not in his way, and I know he ain't got no business in this parking lot with me at this time of night. And he has no reason to be out of his car right now, standing here like a weirdo. So when I said that, I said, I felt like I was in your way. I said, I know I got a lot of trailer back there. If you're trying to get in that parking lot right there, I can move up a little bit. And he said, no, I ain't trying to get in there. But I'm watching his bottom jaw. I said, okay. I got you. But like I said, he had some size that I wasn't about to tussle with. He might have got a good one, and I might have been out of there or something. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not playing with you. I said, well, all right, since you ain't trying to get in there. I said, so you good? I said, you good then? He was like, and he just looking at me. He said, you good? I said, yeah, I'm good. I said, okay. I said, we both good. I said, well, all right. He said, all right. You all right? And I said, yeah. I said, man, whatever. So he literally stops talking. And before I go on, through all of this, he's aggressive without even being aggressive, if anybody knows what I mean. You can meet people who are quiet and they're in motion and they're doing their thing, but they're not like barking and yelling, but they're still aggressive. You can still be being aggressive, right? That was him. So after that little exchange that we had, he stops talking and walks all the way around to the passenger door. And I just sit back like this, and he starts yanking on the door to get in. I take a deep breath, and I said, I made peace again. I said, God, you know, I don't want to do it, but I'm going home. And once he realized he couldn't get in, he walks back around. He's coming back to this side. Now, mind you, my first mind was to let him step up, because you got to step up on the steps to get up in a semi. He can't just, he could try. He could just try to jump up there and be foolish, but he's going to have to step up on the step. And I'm going to tell you right now, if he would have put a foot on the step in the neck, he was going to get it in the neck, and I was going to, and yes, I'm being honest with you, that's what was going to happen. That's what was on my mind when I made my peace with God. When he walked back around there, I said, he step up on that step, God, I'm sticking him in his neck. So when he got back around, when he passed my driver's side headlight, the voice hit me, pull off, just pull off. And go see if the officer's still up there. Go see if the cop is still there. And if he is, tell him what the situation is. Come back and have him come back with you so you can finish your last drop and then go home. If it wasn't for that voice, again, protecting me, keeping me safe, always being there for me, I realized after the fact, if I would have did that and I would have told the story the same way I'm telling it to you, but say the ending was alternate ending, they would have said, well, if you feared for your life, why didn't you just pull off? You said both your doors were locked. He couldn't get to you. You never set your brakes. You said there was only one way out. That's the same way you go all the time, to the right. I mean, why didn't you just pull off? And then I asked myself when I was sitting at home, if I wouldn't have listened to God's voice again, because I didn't want to kill that man, even though he was after me for no reason. Either he wanted to steal the freight in the back or he wanted to rob me. Either way it went, I was in between him and his mission. And he had to neutralize me to complete his mission. Even knowing that, I still didn't want to take that man's life. But at the end of the day, before that voice spoke to me again, I didn't feel like I had a way out. I literally didn't feel like I had a way out. Even though I'm in the truck, foot was on the brake, I could just pull off. I didn't see it that way. Like I said, I had made peace in my mind, but God didn't say that. At the end of the day, God didn't say that that's what I had to do, because when it all was said and done, he said, just pull off. So God saved two people that night. He saved me and he saved that man. And if I didn't know God's voice, his life would have been lost and my life would have been lost to the system, because they would have picked me apart and they would have told me that, well, basically they would have made it seem like that's what I wanted to do with him. Like I was like one of these people out here that, you know, get a thrill from taking somebody's life. No, I don't see any thrill in taking somebody's life. That man had a family. He had people who loved him. He had a mama, a daddy, a sister. No matter what the status of those relationships are, he had somebody that loved him. And just because he was, you know, whether he was strung out, whether he was angry, whether he was possessed, don't matter. At the end of the day, he had somebody that loved him. And ultimately, at the end of the day, God loved him. That was another moment right after the accident. And what's crazy about this is the same knife that was used to cut somebody from freedom that just had a tragic accident was the same knife I was going to use to take somebody's life hadn't God spoke to me and I understood his voice and I knew when he was talking to me. It was going to be the same thing. The same one that helped save a life was going to be the same one that was going to take one. God said, no, that's not why I have you here. Now, mind you, if it was a different situation where my back was all the way against the wall and I had to fight my way out, it wouldn't have been that. It would have been a different story. But God always gives us a way out. But if you don't know his voice, you're not going to hear the direction that he's telling you to go in. And that's the scary part. Because there's been plenty of times in my past where I've lost connection and I couldn't hear his voice. And I didn't, and to be honest with you, you want to feel lost and you want to feel anxiety and depression and gloom and doom and you feel like you're the only person in the world and you literally, when you know God's voice and then you don't hear it anymore, you literally feel like you're about to die because you're not connected to the source anymore. And this is for the people who understand what I'm talking about. The ones who don't understand what I'm talking about, get you some. Get you some. I highly recommend it because I could be fighting for my life and my freedom right now had I not listened to the voice. Pay attention. I still love you. I'm still protecting you. I still care about you. Have no fear because I am with you. Those are all the things that were said to me in that moment and all the things that were being replayed in my mind for my 2.5, 3 hour ride home. And I couldn't do nothing but thank him and praise him. It's been amazing. Like, the man was alive when I left from the semi. He was alive, and I pray that he's still alive and he survived that ordeal. And he gets to go see his family and his loved ones again. I'm not fighting for my freedom. And the man that, even though he was in the wrong, he's alive. I thank God for all of that. Because as it stands, there's a happy ending for everybody in this situation. And then there's another thing that happened. I'm not gonna get too much into this one, but it only happened maybe a day and a half, maybe 2 days after the attempted assault and robbery, because that's what it was gonna end up being, or worse. There was another situation that happened. Like I said, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I'm like, God, what, first thing I'm thinking, what did I do something wrong? What are you trying to tell me? Besides, I know the basis of everything is keep paying attention. Pay attention. Keep your eyes open. Stay aware. Because when the third thing happened, I'm just like, but I kind of seen it. Like I said, I ain't gonna touch too much on the third thing, but I already had a feeling and I already knew. I just didn't think that it was gonna play out the way that it played out. But back to back to back, all in the span of not even 7 days. 2 of them happened around the same time at night, in the morning, early morning. Do you know God's voice when you hear it? Do you want to know his voice? If you want to know his voice, cut out the distraction. Start with praying first and picking up his word and seeing what language he speaks. Because that's the only place you're going to understand the language he speaks. But I can give you some direction. The language he speaks is love, joy, peace, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. These are all the things that he speaks. These are his languages. So if you don't have love, joy, peace, kindness, understanding, all these different things, you don't seek knowledge and wisdom. If you don't seek these things, then you ain't gonna hear him, because that's where he abides. No other place. If you're addicted to chaos, corruption, deceit, lies, pollute your body, yeah, I used to do all of it. I'm not judging you. I'm not judging anybody. I used to do all of it. But at the end of the day, I gave it up. I gave it up. And I don't want nothing to do with none of it. I don't care who you are. If you try to steal my peace, I gotta put you down. And if you try to put me in a category that I don't belong in, I gotta put you down. If you thought you knew me, well, let's say you thought you knew me. We'll just leave it at that. If you do know his voice, what is he saying to you? Because we all have a purpose on this earth. I don't know what yours is. I feel like I know what mine is. But until he makes it all the way clear to me, I'm not going to make the human mistake of jumping out there too soon. Because when you jump out there too soon, things might go the way you want them to go. But then once you get to where you, or where other people, like, you know, they start looking at you a certain way, you'll lose yourself. I don't want to lose myself. So if I got to walk through the fire a little bit longer, or whatever it is, and fire is just a metaphor for, you know, my life is not, my life is peaceful. My life is, it has its, I have frustrations and nothing's perfect. I have things that I desire that I haven't obtained yet. And, you know, it just is what it is. But, you know, God will never keep no good thing from you, you know? So at the end of the day, I'm okay with how my life is and what's in my life and what's not in my life. Do you know what God's saying to you? And if you do, or do you know what can you hear God's voice? Do you know his voice when you hear it, is what I should be saying, is what I was trying to say. Do you know his voice when you hear it? Do you truly know his voice when you hear it? And if you do, what is he saying to you? Because it takes patience. It takes patience. You can't pop it in the microwave and then 30 seconds later, you got your answer. Sometimes it happens like that. But when he has his hand on you, it's not gonna happen like that. And he knows when you're gonna be ready. Even though you don't know it, he knows when you're gonna be ready. So again, God, I thank you and I praise you for letting everything turn out the way it turned out and bringing me home to my family, bringing that man home to his family, and hopefully he gets his life together. Thank you for protecting that man that was in the accident and he made it out of there alive. I know it's been a long time since I've been on here, but I am back to work officially. So before, I was able to make videos because I had broken my kneecap. So I was out of work for a while. So needless to say, I miss making my videos, but you know, that comes first, family first. Got to take care of those responsibilities. But I love y'all, and learn that voice. Get closer to that voice, because that voice it's never gonna lead you wrong. And it's already in you, but you have to pull everything you know that's smothering it, that's drowning it out. You gotta pull the cover back so you can hear it. It's there. He's not gonna force you to do anything that you don't want to do. He gave you free will. It's obvious that you're exercising your free will. Like I said, he's loyal, he's love, he's joy, he's peace, he's all the good things. So if you got bad things going on and you can't understand why things in your life keep falling apart, or you know, why you getting attacked from this way and why you getting attacked from that way, it's because you can't hear his voice. Because he'll tell you. Just like all these things that happened to me in a short period of time, I know what's going on. I do, and I'm paying attention, and I'm trusting, and I'm understanding. So, till we meet again.